The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past. Excuse me. What did that sound wonderful? Present and or future. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Ron Chuckett. Welcome to the program for this 12th day of, kind of lag we got going on here, of February 2025. Let me fix that lag. We got a battle between two teams that are doing pretty well to start the season. The Brooklyn Dodgers are just a game behind the Milwaukee Braves at 11-4, and the St. Louis Cardinals are in third place. They're not going to finish in third place once all is said and done, but you take what you can, and the longer you play well, the better off you're going to be in the long run. So, how you doing, Big Dave? So that's the setup for you. It's St. Louis and Brooklyn on Kentucky Derby Day at Sportsman's Park. So, enjoy. It's baseball. It's next on this cold, cold day in Burlington, Vermont. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1956 today from Sportsman's Park in St. Louis, Missouri. It is the St. Louis Cardinals and the Brooklyn Dodgers. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. You'd think I know how to use a mouse at this point. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So it will be Tom Pucholski on the mound for St. Louis, going against Roger Craig, who must be going on short rest because it only shows him with 60 pitches. Advantage St. Louis. The Dodgers are 11-4. This is game 16 for them. The Cardinals are 7-6. And they are playing quite well. This is game 14 for them. Pucholski is 27 years old. Next to last year in the majors, his last year in St. Louis. 0-1. He's not had a great start so far with an earned run average of 945. He throws a fastball at 85 and is a ground ball pitcher. Good morning, Triple G. Feeling like crap after catching? Oh, yeah. 2 weeks, man. My voice still isn't 100% back. Looking forward to thank you. All right, well, we'll provide distractions for you. In all three of Pucholski's starts appearances have come against the Milwaukee Braves. The Braves have beat him once on April 20th. On April 22nd, he was responsible but didn't take the loss in a 15-0 shellacking. That's just a Christmas tree and a half. And then he pitched on April 30th, 5 days ago, against the Braves. 7 innings, 89 pitches, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned. A home run, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. So overall for Tom, 13 1/3 innings, 25 hits, 16 runs, 14 of them earned. He's allowed 4 home runs. My word. He has walked 3 and struck out 10. In fact, that 9.45 ERA is better than the 15.63 he had before. Imagine that. Imagine that improving things. Here's how the Dodgers will line up for you. Walter Alston's Dodgers. Jim Gilliam leads off at second base. Pee Wee Reese at short will bat second. Here's the middle of that Hall of Fame lineup for you. Duke Snider in center goes third. Gil Hodges cleans up at first. Jackie Robinson at third will bat fifth. Sandy Amoros is in left field. He'll bat sixth. I wonder if he's still got a hangover from the 55 series. Carl Furillo in right will bat seventh. Rube Walker behind the plate goes eighth. And Roger Craig on short rest is on the mound batting ninth. Pucholski can give you 135 pitches. Scotty's in the house. How are you? That's right, Tim. A 15-0 is a Christmas tree and a menorah lighting. How you doing, Gus? And Paul. Defensively for St. Louis, Rip Rapolsky is a 6-2 and left. Bill Verdon with a V is a 5 and a 5 in center, and Stam Usual is a 4 and a 6 in right. Ken Boyer a 10 at third. Don Blassingame is a 6 and a 10 at short. Red Shane Dienst, who will be shortly headed off to New York, is a 7 and a 7 at second, and the unibrow Wally Moon is a 6 at first. The battery Bill Sarney, a 5 and a 7 behind the plate. And Puholski an 8 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Puholski will throw close to 200 innings before all is said and done. Not a terrible pitcher, so it can only get better from here, maybe. Jim Gilliam at 322. Junior has a home run and 12 RBI. And we start, Now, I click no to change the pitcher. You know what? We're going to change the pitcher here. Craig pitched on the 2nd. Did he really pitch on 2 days rest? Yeah, he did. Imagine that. He pitched at Cincinnati and then on 2 days rest pitched against St. Louis. And the computer just can't handle that. So we're going to break the tradition here. And go with some scrub by the name of Sandy Koufax. I could increase his... We'll go with Koufax. That's amazing that they went to him on 2 days rest. I've tried playing with that. Jamie suggests I could increase his estimated pitch count. I've tried that a couple times in the past, and it's never worked for me. So Gilliam, as we said, 322, a home run, and 12 RBI. Puholski deals. And that is a ground ball laced past Shane Dienst into right for a base hit. What was Waller Alston thinking? Pee Wee Reese at 214, no homers and 6 RBI. So he legitimately did go on 2 days rest. Wonder in real life 2 days ago in pitch all that might have been a short start, a bit less tired. Yeah, Jamie, would Koufax ever go? I will do a 60 season at some point. Obviously, would probably be no earlier than 27. And so, yep, you get Sandy Koufax, who was wild. Man, just wild, I'm telling you. Pitch to Pee Wee is a base hit, left center field. Rapolsky will pick it up. Gilliam will try for third. Rapolsky does not have a good arm. The throw to Boyer is going to be not in time. They throw it down to Shane Dienst, and Pee Wee is in there too. Everybody's safe. So second and third, rather. Gilliam on third, Reese on second for Duke Snider. Hitting 400. 8 homers and 16 RBI. And not a lot of offense in the 60s. So Puholski already behind the frying pan. He's the one that's supposed to go 135 pitches. Pitch to Snyder with first base open in the right center. Back goes Musial. Stan the man will make that not catch. That's off the wall. Gilliam and Reese score, and Snyder is into second, his 6th double of the year, and it's 2-0 Brooklyn before the faithful can find their seats. It is a warm day here in St. Louis. 81 degrees, winds blowing right to left at 9. Here's Hodges at 349, 3 homers and 13 RBI. That is into left center. Rapolsky going back, and that's gone. So Hodges is homered. If you were looking for St. Louis to be competitive, well, it's 4-0 Brooklyn, and there's still nobody out here in the top of the first. And Puholski's earned run average has jumped back to 12.15. It is 12:10 Eastern Time. When your ERA is higher than the clock, that's not good. So a rocky start here. Here's Jackie Robinson. Jackie at 291. 2 homers and 5 RBI. Jackie swings, and that's a base hit into right field. Puholski even going to get a batter here. Here's Sandy Amorose. Sandy at 400, 4 for 10, a home run and 2 RBI. Here's a trivia question. How many times in baseball history did 2 people by the name of Sandy play in the same game on the same team? Pitch to Amorose, struck him out, and 21 pitches into this, there's finally 1 out. He chased a 1-2 fastball, 1 out. For Carl Furillo, hitting .377, 3 homers and 13 RBI. Robinson on first, struck him out. An 0-2 fastball, and Tom finally found whatever the magic elixir was, but he's already down a 4 spot. Here's Rube Walker. Rube, 3 for 7 on the replay, a single, a double, and a solo homer. And he has scored 3 times. And that is a throw down to Blasingame, and Jackie has his 3rd steal of the year. Still with pretty good legs at 37 years old. So an 0-1 count to Walker. 2 out, top of the 1st, and Brooklyn already has a 4 spot on the board. Puholski deals. That is in the left field. That's a base hit. Robinson around 3rd and score. Walker will hold with a single. My word. And it's 5-0 Brooklyn. And so here's today's emergency starter, Sandy Koufax. Koufax went 2 for 17 in real life. Now I gotta look. You got me thinking. So hold on 1 second. We're gonna look here. Roger Craig. I'll slide this over. So you can see it. As soon as I can find where my mouse is. So we're going to go to game logs, 1956. So on May 2nd, oh, you were right, he went 1/3 of an inning, allowed 5 runs, all earned, kind of like this start here, and 2 homers. And so Walter Alston started him on 2 days rest. He went 5 innings and got Christmas treat. So he went from having a real-life earned run average of 1 to 4 1/4 in the course of 5 1/3 innings, and he gave up 9 runs. He'll pitch about a week later against the Giants and start to find his groove back. But yeah, he faced 6 batters in that game, and that's why he'd be on the mound. Koufax with 2 out, runner on first is Walker, and Koufax hits a ground ball down to Moon. Wally has it, takes it to the bag, and that will take care of business. However, a 5 spot on the board for the Dodgers on 6 hits and no errors. They leave on 1. Some kid by the name of Sanford Koufax coming in. Dodgers 5, here come the Cardinals. How you doing, Andrew? So Sandy, who will win 4 Cy Young Awards, or 3 Cy Young Awards, in a place that no one would have ever thought, Los Angeles of all places, gets his first appearance, might be his first start ever, of the year. 21 years old. He throws it hard. 94, a fastball pitcher and a fly ball plus pitcher. In real life, 2-4 with a 4.91 ERA. In 58 2/3, he allowed 66 hits, 10 home runs. He walked 29 and struck out 30. The lineup that he'll face, Don Blasingame will lead off at short. Red Shandeens will bat second and play second. Stam Musial in right field will go third. Imagine Koufax facing Musial. Ken Boyer at third will clean up. Wally Moon at first, future teammate, will bat fifth. Bill Verdon in center will go sixth. Rip Rapolsky in left batting seventh. Bill Sarney behind the plate batting eighth. And Puholski, who was already behind the 8-ball here, will bat ninth maybe if he gets that far on the mound. And Koufax can give you 90 pitches. Defensively for Brooklyn, Jackie Robinson is 7 at third. Pee Wee Reese an 8 and a 7 at short. Jim Gilliam a 9 and a 6 at second. Gil Hodges a 10 at first. One of the pitfalls, of course, of doing an as played is that you'd get into these situations. Defense of the outfield, Sandy Amoros a 6 and a 3 in left. Duke Snyder an 8 and a 7 in center. Carl Furillo a 6 and a 10 in right. Rube Walker behind the plate, he's a 4 and a 5. Koufax a 2 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Yep, the Dodgers like their Sandys. They would also sign Sandy Vance in the 60s. They even tried to sign Sandy Duncan as a ball girl, but she had a funny face. Don Blasingame at 277, no homers and 3 RBI. Koufax begins it with a line drive to Pee Wee Reese, 1 out. For Red Shandeens at 276, no homers and 8 RBI. Koufax was a better basketball player than he was a baseball player. He went to what, the University of Cincinnati, and excelled. Shandeens up the middle. That will drop in front of Snyder, and there will be no for Sandy. So the first hit, Shandeens on first for Stam Musial. Stan the man at 300, 4 homers, and 12 RBI. Musial hits a little ground ball down to third. Robinson goes to Gilliam for 1 and Hodges for 2, so they turn a 5-4-3 double play. Cardinals, no runs, a hit. They don't leave anybody on, and after 1, 5-0 Brooklyn. So Puholski hoping to have a mulligan after that opening 9, 27 pitches, 1 inning, 6 hits, a home run, and 2 strikeouts. Gilliam singled and scored, along with half the borough of Brooklyn in the top of the first. That is up the middle, and that's a base hit. So we call this having none stuff today. That's the 7th hit. Here's Pee Wee Reese, singled and scored in the first. And that is a ground ball to Boyer. Might be 2. Ken goes a long way to Wally Moon. Pee Wee can still motor. Gilliam moves to second. Pee Wee is retired, 1 away for Duke Snyder, who had that 2-run double in the first. He now has 18 RBI. So I'm seeing this morning that the winner of the Women's Alpine Downhill Championship graduated from the Athletic Factory of Washington Western University. Pitch to Snyder. There is a base hit in the left field. I think Tom is going to get pulled here in a second. Rapolsky will throw home. Gilliam trying to score. The throw to Sarney is not even close. The throw down to second, and Snyder's in the second. And it's 6-0 Brooklyn. So Tom's day is done. It will be, oh my goodness. Ooh, we got, can't go with Vinegar Bend. It'll be Larry Jackson. So Jackson, making his 6th appearance, is 25 years old. He has no decisions, an earned run average of 1. He's an extreme ground ball pitcher, fastball at 90. Pitched against the Dodgers 2 days ago, 2 1/3 innings in a 7-4 loss, 51 pitches, 3 hits and 2 strikeouts. Overall, 9 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He walked 7 and struck out 9. Hodges homered his first time up. He now has 4 and has driven in 15. The Dodgers offense is just loaded for bear. So, to get back to the skiing thing, pitched to Hodges, struck him out. Good start for Jackson. An 0-2 fastball, and Hodges chased it. 2 out for Jackie Robinson, who singled and stole a base and scored his first time up. I think I've talked about this before. My dad was a lifelong writer for Ski Racing magazine. And when Michaela Schifrin, who is the winningest skier now of all time, both men's and women's, was 12 years old, my dad made the trek from Central Vermont up to Burke Mountain Academy and spent the day with her, which is something that he didn't normally do with future starlets. And so Michaela, and I'm going to forget the name of this other woman that Scotty will tell me in a moment, won a combined medal for a team gold for Team USA. My dad would be so thrilled at that. Pitch to Robinson is a ground ball to Moon. Wally has it to the bag, and Jackie is retired, and that'll do. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. It was a short day for Tom. After an inning and a half, it's Brooklyn 6, St. Louis nothing. So it'll be Boyer, Moon, and Verdon to face Koufax here in the second. Ken hitting .353, 3 homers, and 14 RBI. So that brings up the question, gang. When you have a situation, if you're doing an as played, and in this case, Craig, menorah, Christmas trees, what have you, there, and you see he's there, I didn't see what his real life pitch count was in that game. What would you do? I know in a cards and dice game it doesn't matter, but what would you do in that situation? Pitch to Boyer. There is a ground ball to Robinson. Jackie in the hole at third. Throws to Hodges for the out. 1 away for Wally Moon. Wally at .396. 3 homers and 14 RBI. Koufax deals. Moon into right center. Snyder should snare this. He does. And there's 2 out. For Bill Verdon, hitting .244. 2 home runs and 7 RBI. I hear Pittsburgh likes him. And that's in the right center. That will fall for a base hit. Furillo cut it off. And Verdon has a single. Second hit for St. Louis. Here's Rip Rapolsky, a 7-game hitting streak. Slugging hitting .387, not slugging. A home run and 5 RBI. Pitch to Rip. There's a fly ball to right. Furillo will make the catch, and that will do. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the third here in St. Louis. It is the Dodgers 6, the Cardinals nothing. So Amorose, Furillo, and Walker to face Larry Jackson here in the third. Sandy 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That is a line drive to Shane Deans to 1 out. For Carl Furillo, who struck out, he's 0 for 1. And Furillo draws the walk. Jackson in long relief. And they got someone else that can go in long relief too. But this is a Johnny Holstaff game for St. Louis. Rube Walker had an RBI single his first time up. And he hits that one back to the mound. Jackson goes to Shane Deans for 1 and Moon for 2. A 1-4-3 double play. After 2.5, no runs, no hits, no errors, but it's also not close. Brooklyn 6, St. Louis nothing. So Bill Sarney, Larry Jackson, and Blassingame for St. Louis. Jamie answers the question on what to do in an as played. It's one of the quirks, and it really is. Oops. Hold on. Hello.
Hi, this is Corey, nurse at UVM Home Health.
Hi.
Hi, I was just calling to let you know that I would like to come by around 7:30 tomorrow morning to do your research.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Works for me. I'm not sure who they're sending yet, but it works for me.
Okay, sounds good. I'll see you then.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Sarney at 340, 3 homers, and 11 RBI. So Jamie says, yeah, one of the quirks is of as played, but replacing him, I mean, they just happened to have, it was kind of cool that it ended up being Sandy Koufax. But yeah, you try to find someone that's not going to be too disturbing to the rest of it, to the rest of their rotation, and they just happen to have it. Pitch to Sarney is a line drive foul left field, and that will hook out of play, and someone from St. Louis proper makes that catch. It's 0-2. Koufax deals, and there is another chopper foul, this time to the right side, and Hodges will toss it in. So Koufax, this wasn't his first career start, was it? That's into right field for Rillo. That was well hit, but Carl charges it. 1 out for Larry Jackson, who's going to hit Larry 0-2 on the replay with a strikeout. And he walked him. So Jackson takes the off-speed pitch for ball 4. Full count, fastball, changeup missed too far in. That brings up Blasingame. Don is 0-1. Sandy, 41 pitches, 9 batters, 2 1/3, 2 hits and a walk. Again, in cards and dice, you're just making up your own rules anyway. Yeah, even with as played relief pitchers used or pinch hitters doesn't follow real life. Yeah, I'm not that picky about it. So it's not a big deviation in this case to change the starter. I had a case last year. Maybe it was when we did 85. When Mike Scott had been used out of the pen the night before because he had 1 relief appearance. So the AI said, yeah, let's use him. And it didn't pay attention to the fact that he was the next day's starter. And it didn't keep him at 80 some odd pitches. I think it had him at 20 pitches. And so I went through and edited that to 100 or whatever his normal number would have been. And he didn't make it. It did not take. Pitch to Blasingame is a fly ball to right. Ferrillo runs back to the wall and will make the catch. Jackson makes it. Big Dave says the as-played lineup conundrum of having to go outside. What happened has always been interesting based on the comments shared on the topic. There are some, and again, we're going to go with the whole, how you doing, AP, thing saying there's no wrong way to play. Red Shane Dean singled his first time up. That people who will go through and look to see who pitched in a game, and some people on the more extreme side won't let you exceed whatever innings that there were. But it's, in my view, it's all fictional once the virtual rubber bands come off. Pitch to Shane Deans is into left center. Snyder will track it down, and Sandy's through 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 4th here in St. Louis. Brooklyn 6, St. Louis nothing. So Koufax is 0-1. You know, I think one of the reasons why I do as played in this is that it just keeps track of the roster for you. So you have everyone who was there that they know of on any given day. John continues to be happy that the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl. Paul says they usually don't follow relievers or pinch hitters from actual games, except from the 84 Community Project. Yep, you use those players if applicable. And pitchers and catchers report today. I'm doing well, John. Hopefully you are too. Getting ready for Friday. Are you going to the parade on Friday or no? Pitch to Koufax is strike 3. So Jackson got him on a 1-2. We were actually, you came up in conversation here, not for your choice of football team, but we had a case where Roger Craig was supposed to pitch for the Dodgers on 2 days rest. And obviously pitched better in his real life, or in his game here, than he did in real life. So Sandy Koufax is subbing as the starter. How would you handle that in the case of you're doing an as played thing? You got somebody that in real life was on 1 or 2 days rest as a starter, and the engine won't really allow you to do that. How would you handle that? No way, those Eagle fans are crazy. Yep, that's why I do it, Jamie. With that, big plus is for as played it keeps the PC manager in line with usage. Yep, absolutely. On the computer, it just makes too much sense. Jim Gilliam, by the way, has singled twice today and scored twice. He's 2 for 2. Struck him out. Jackson has fanned 3. Got him on a 2-2 fastball swinging. 2 out for Pee Wee Reese, who's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Triple G says, I try to keep player usage somewhat realistic, but sometimes the game situation throws you a curve. You have to deal with it like you think the manager would. Yeah, I don't think that Olsen would have run Craig out there. I mean, I can look. That's not going to show me that. Craig threw 96 pitches in that start. And so there would have been no way that he'd have been gone on 2 days rest. You could have gone with Drysdale, I suppose. He's not due to pitch till May 20th. In reality, you would have called someone up from the minors. Pee Wee Reese is 1 for 2. He is singled and scored. 2 out, top of the 4th. Struck him out. Larry Jackson has done yeoman's work. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 4th, 6-0 Brooklyn. Look at the standings. Milwaukee and Brooklyn are tied in the game's back column for first. Although the Braves have only played 9 games. This is game 16 for the Dodgers. Cardinals are 7-6. Then the Giants and the rest of the field. In the American League, the Red Sox are still in first at 9-4. Cleveland 8-6. Kansas City and Washington hanging right in, but the Yankees are starting to charge. And then Chicago, Detroit, and Baltimore. John says, I would look to see what his next start is. If he's still not going to get enough rest, I will start him and then pull him after an inning or 2. Okay. St. Louis came into this game with the best offense in the National League, hitting .310, and Brooklyn had the best pitching in the National League with a .297. So one of those things you just never know. And again, there are no wrong answers here. Stan Musial, 0 for 1. Grounded into a double play his last time up. Koufax steals, and that is a ground ball past Reese into left field for a base hit. Jackie Robinson should have had that. He did not. 3rd hit for the Cardinals. And now I'll bring up Kenny Boyer. Boyer is 0 for 1. Koufax has not struck anybody out. John continues, I think it was Jim Bibby in his 77 replay started on back-to-back days because he got knocked out in the first inning of the first start. And in his replay, he pitched to Jim in game 1 and started him as tired. And game 2 got lit up, so 6 in that one. You were using Action PC though, right? Pitch to Boyer. That is a ground ball past Gilliam. Ferrillo will pick it up. So first and second, nobody out for Wally Moon, who was 0 for 1. So Koufax a little bit of trouble here in the 4th. Sandy deals. And that is a ground ball. Should be 2. Reese has it. Only going to go to 1. They're going to throw to first. Hodges is there, and Moon is retired. So Musial moves to 3rd. Boyer moves up to 2nd. And Pee Wee, even at 38 years old, capable of making the great play. Strat cards and dice. There you go. Excuse me. Bill Verdon singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. AP updated the Windows version of the old 3-1 football game from Lance Hafner. It was released the other day. Yep, that's a heck of a game. All the college seasons and that really is a heck of a deal. 6 and 1 and half dozen the others. 2 starts, 1 gent. Yep, reverse order. And in cards and dice, I mean, you're the one that determines what the deal is. So if you're starting with point of weakness in game 2, so be it. Again, your replay, your rules. There are no wrong answers. Pitch to Verdon. There's a fly ball to left. That should score Musial. Amorose over makes the catch. Stan will tag and score without a throw. And the Cardinals are on the board at 6 to 1. 2 out for Rip Rapolsky, who is 0 for 1. Koufax deals. Rapolsky up the middle. Reese has it. Pee-wee throws to first. Rapolsky beat it out. Rip is not blessed with great speed. But that was just hit very deep, almost on the grass by the time that Pee-wee was able to get out of his glove. So runners on the corners, 2 out for Bill Sarney, who is 0 for 1. That is into left field. Back goes Amorose. Sandy turns and watches it go. So Sarney hits his 4th of the year, and the Cardinals have put a 4 spot up in the inning. It's now 6-4. My voice starts to go again. I can't get rid of the stupid cold. On a side note for Action PC, there might be a setting to allow or disallow or adjusting EPC in season. Again, I got to get rid of some of the lag here I'm seeing on my own end. I would think, Jamie, that it's not a setting that I change. Larry Jackson's going to stay in. He's walked his first time up. The lone walk from Koufax. So whatever the default is there. It allowed me to do it in the case of Mike Scott. Because if I remember correctly, Houston didn't really have anyone that was ready. Jackson in the center. Snyder moving over will make the catch. And that will do. Big inning, however, for St. Louis. 4 runs on 4 hits, including the 3-run homer from Sarney. And after 4, Brooklyn 6, St. Louis 4. So Snyder, Hodges, and Robinson to face Larry Jackson here in the 5th. I had to check the box on Scott's card so he wouldn't relieve again. The pitfalls of this, you just never know. And some of that's why we play the game. Duke Snyder has cleared the bases in the first on a double and has driven in 3 today. He now is 19, and he draws the walk. Gil Hodges had that home run. He's driven in 2, struck out, and scored. Snyder on first, pitch to Hodges, struck him out. So Larry Jackson, who was in for Puholski, has fanned 5 in 3 innings. Here's Jackie Robinson, 1 for 2 today. He has singled, stolen a base, and scored. You know, we don't really think about it that much, but the real-life issues that managers have to deal with on an everyday basis. What do you do when you have a player that doesn't feel well? What do you expect in that case? Or a pitcher who, like Craig in real life, as we showed you, didn't make it out of the first. Pitch to Robinson. Jackie up the middle. Blasting game to Shane Dienst. And that'll do. And so, with 2 out, there was no throw to first. So Robinson didn't even draw a throw. Here's Amorose. Sandy 0 for 2 with a K. That is a ground ball past Wally Moon, down the line and right. Musial on his horse, has to wait for it to hit the wall, plays it off a hard hop. Robinson should round third and score, and the Dodgers go up 7-4 as Amorose is into third with his first triple of the year. Sandy has speed to burn. He had 8 triples. I'm sure benefiting from some of the strange English muffin-style nooks and crannies in these ballparks from the era. So 7-4 Dodgers. Here's Ferrillo. He is 0 for 1. He has walked and he has struck out. Ferrillo, there's a ground ball to Blasingame over to first, and that will do. It is cold, man, 12 degrees here in town. Halfway through on a Wednesday afternoon, it is the Dodgers 7, the Cardinals 4. Well, if you joined us late, I think we got more of a game here than I thought we were going to get. It's the Dodgers 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Brooklyn. The Cardinals 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Brooklyn sent 9 to the plate in the first. Duke Snider now has an 11-game hitting streak. He doubled home 2 to make it 2-0. Then Gil Hodges promptly homered to make it 4-0. Gil has a 10-game hitting streak and has hit 4 already. Rube Walker scored Jackie Robinson to make it 5-0. And the second, Duke Snider chased Tom Boholsky with an RBI single to make it 6-0. I'll try to look up how to pronounce Tom's last name, and Baseball Reference was no help. In the fourth, St. Louis put 4 up on the board. A sac fly from Bill Verdon to make it 6-1. Then catcher Bill Sarney hit one deep to left center to make it 6-4, a 3-run shot, his 4th of the year, before Sandy Amoros with an RBI triple in the 5th. Roger Craig was supposed to start this game, but on 2 days rest in the game, he pitched well, at least on the computer, as opposed to real life. Sandy Koufax got the ball in his shoe instead. 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. No strikeouts, a walk, and a home run. Boholsky, an inning in the third, 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned. The home run and 2 strikeouts, and his ERA back up to 12.27. No, it's 12.42. Larry Jackson came in 3 2/3, a hit, a run. It was earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 5. So Koufax, 18 batters, 70 pitches, 4 innings, 6 hits, that home run and a walk. Blasingame is 0 for 2. Oh, Dave, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you enjoy them, and thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Jamie says it's temperature increased by more than 12. Yeah, you're in St. Petersburg, Florida. And Triple G says a balmy 3 degrees where he is today. That's better than 14 below yesterday morning. Wind chill was well below 0 here this morning. We're supposed to get snow tonight, tomorrow, and over the weekend. I'll be doing my Dean Martin drinking special later on. Blasingame is 0 for 2, and he draws the walk. 12 degrees here in Bellingham this morning. Enjoying the northeast flow coming down from central BC. Here's Shane Dietz. He's 1 for 2. Still a ball game here. 16, but the sun is out. That's usually, Paul, what happens here, as you know, in hot Sarah, where if the sun is out this time of year, it is cold in them darn hills. We have 6 months of winter left in Rochester. Pitch to Walker and Koufax have a word. Sandy lines and deals, and Shane Dietz draws the walk. So first and second, again, Koufax, part of the problem pitching in Brooklyn was that he just couldn't harness what he has. He's almost done. Stan Musial, by the way, 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. He is now the tying run. It wasn't until Sandy got in the big old ballparks on the West Coast that he would become Sandy Koufax. That is a ground ball to Pee Wee Reese. That should be 2. Nope, they go to Robinson for third for 1. Over to Hodges. Do they get him? No, but they get the lead runner. And that's a new thing in the game this year. So a fielder's choice, 6-5. And here's Kenny Boyer. Kenny 1 for 2 with a run scored. Near the end of spring down there. About to enter first summer, followed by second summer, then third summer, before spring again. People love that. I didn't say I loved it. I just said that people loved it. Boyer, that is in the left center. Amoros is going to cut that off. Shane Dienst will round third and get held. So bases loaded, 1 out for Wally Moon, who is 0 for 2. So Koufax needs 2 outs to get eligible for a win. He deals. Moon pops it up. Walker doffs the mask and makes the catch, 2 out. We can get Vernon here. He can get his 5 innings. He is due to bat second in the 6th. Verdon, 1 for 1. He has an RBI single. Second and third. Where'd you find that? I looked there. Puhalski. I opened up his BR page and looked that up. Anyway, second and third summer can get tiring? Yes. So Shane Dienst on third, Musial on second, Boyer on first. Pitch to Verdon. Struck him out. Koufax gets a K, and the Dodgers are going to give him a chance to get the win. No runs, a hit, no errors. Cardinals have left on 5. We are through 5. Brooklyn 7, St. Louis 4. Honestly, I looked there. Anyway. It'll be Walker. Let's see about Koufax and Gilliam to face Jackson here in the 6th. Larry coming in for Puhalski has gone 3 2/3. Walker 1 for 2 today. He has an RBI single. There is a ground ball to Moon. Underhands it to Jackson, and that's an error. Walker's going to reach. Wally tried to scoop, and he scooped it over Jackson's glove. And so by the time they got it, Walker is on first. Nobody out for Koufax. They play for the bunt. Boyer and Moon coming in. And Koufax stays in the game and draws the walk. Computer's doing Brooklyn. Here's Junior Gilliam, 2 for 3. His single twice, scored twice, and struck out. So Walker on second, the kid Koufax on first. Sarney and Jackson have a word. Larry delivers. That is up the middle. Jackson snares it, throws to Shaney. So is that a bunt? They got him. That was a bunt. So a sacrifice moves the runners to second and third, 1 out. For Pee Wee Reese, who's 1 for 3. Pee Wee has a single and a run scored. 7-4. 2 teams going in the right direction. Pitch to Pee Wee. There's a fly ball left field. And someone from Jefferson City is going to make that catch. And the count goes to 1-2. What could have been the odds of Koufax drawing a walk? Don't know. That's what the outcome box is for. They'll tell you. 1-2 the count. Pitch to Pee Wee. Struck him out. That's 6 for Jackson. That brings up Duke Snyder. Has had himself a day. He has a sac fly, a double, and 3 RBI, or a single rather, and 3 RBI. Now he's driven in 19. J.K. Kelly pronunciation website. Send that to me. I really wish. I know that Saber now has access to one of the big databases for newspapers. I know that they have access to sporting news. It'd be nice to be able to get a hold of their dope books and registers and all that. Such a treasure trove of information. Pitch to Snyder. Duke hits a ground ball to Shane Deans. Red throws to first, and that'll do. So the Dodgers threaten but do not score here. How about that? You're going to get both Koufax and Drysdale. Ron Drysdale coming in to pitch. They let Koufax hit. We go to the bottom of the sixth. It is Brooklyn 7, St. Louis 4. So Dandy D has made 2 starts for Brooklyn. He has thrown a complete game. He is 1-1 with an earned run average of 212. Drysdale is 20 years old. He throws a fastball at 86 and a ground ball pitcher. He pitched against the Pirates on the 29th. He went 9 innings, 113 pitches, 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, a home run allowed, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. So 17 innings for Drysdale, 15 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, a home run allowed. He has walked 3 and struck out 13. He'll face Rapolsky, Sarny, and a pinch hitter as Jackson's day will be done. Rip 1 for 2, has singled and scored a run. So Koufax and Drysdale going in Brooklyn would sound about as much out of place as someone doing Surfing USA in the doo-wop style. Pitch to Rapolsky, and Rip draws the walk. My voice isn't strong enough to even to pretend to sing that. Here's Bill Sarny. He hit a 3-run homer his last time up in the 4th. Now has 4 on the year and has driven in 14. Rapolsky on first. Sarny in the left. That's well hit. Amoros will make the catch, and Rapolsky goes back to first. AP is doing 56 National League only using inside pitch for the PC. How far along were you there? So Larry Jackson's day is done. Who can hit a Drysdale? And the answer is going to be Jackie Brandt. This will not be a double switch. Jackie, 22 years old. Just a baby. Has a pinch hit. 1 for 4 with a walk on the year. Fat Boys wrapped it with the Beach Boys back in the day. Yeah. If everybody had an ocean. Yeah, see, I can't do doo-wop. You need more than one voice, and Gardner's calling hockey up in New Hampshire. Wee-oo, Surfing USA. Pitch to Brandt. There's a little liner down the third. Robinson's there. Do not adjust your hearing aids. That's an out. 2 out for Blasting Game. Don 0 for 2 with a walk. You've played through the end of June. Is it as tight a race as we should have in this one between the Dodgers, the Braves, and the Reds? Blasting Game 0 for 2 with a walk. 6-game hitting streak for Don. Gilliam. Nice snare. Throws to first. And that's the inning. We've played 6. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's still the Dodgers 7, the Cardinals 4. All right, so we have Gordon Jones, right? Yeah, is the last of the available start pitchers that's not tired. Willard Schmidt, Ellis Kinder, and Lindy McDaniel all went in yesterday's pounding. So Gordon Jones, 1-0 on the replay, 1 start, an earned run average of 405, 26 years old. Only available through May 17th. The extreme fly ball pitcher, fastball at 87. First time used out of the pen, it was against the Braves. He went 6 2/3 in a 7-3 win on the 22nd. 93 pitches, 3 hits, 3 runs all earned. He gave up 2 homers. He walked 3 and struck out 2. Dodgers are in first, AP says. The Braves are in second, followed by the Reds. Nice. So Hodges, Robinson, and Amorose to face Jones here in the 7th, and St. Louis kind of hopes that he can get the better part of 9 outs. Pitch to Hodges. There's a fly ball, left center field. Back goes Rapolsky, and that is high off the wall, and Hodges is in the second with his 4th double of the year. So that's a 10th hit for Brooklyn. Here's Jackie Robinson, 1 for 3 today. He has singled, scored twice, and stolen a base. Robinson up the middle, and yeah, this is going to go well. Hodges will round third, Verton threw it back in, and Gill will hold right there. So runners on the corners and nobody out for Sandy Amorose. Oh, looking at these percentages here. Sandy had a triple and an RBI. And that is laced first base side and foul. 0-2 the count. Again, Jones 70 pitch count expected. This has not gone according to plan for the St. Louis Cardinals. Runners on the corners. Amorose rips this one past Moon into right field. Hodges will score. That's all the way down the corner. Stan thought he could cut it off. He didn't. He has to make a long run. Amorose has 2 of these. Robinson will score. Amorose looking for his 3rd or 2nd triple of the ball game, and he's got it. So Sandy with 2 triples in 1 game, and it's now 9-4 as Amorose is driven in 3. Not a lot of drama in this one, gang. Brings up Carl Furillo. Carl 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout. Pitch to Carl. That is in the left. Rapolsky, Amorose is going to score as Rapolsky has to play that one off the wall, and Furillo's in the second standing. In fact, he was there so easily they handed him a Falstaff. So now 10-4 for Rube Walker, who was 1 for 3. So Jones hasn't retired anybody. Oy vey. Puhalski didn't really retire all that many people. It's one of those games that the Cardinals wish that they hadn't started. And it's a warm day, too. 85 degrees. Winds blowing out to right center at 7. Pitch to Walker. That is up the middle for a base hit. Furillo around third. And that will bring up Don Drysdale. John picking us back up. Drysdale 0 for 6. A walk and 3 strikeouts. He did have a solo homer in 56. So Furillo on third. Walker on first. There's still nobody out. And the Cardinals playing Oprah and just giving the Dodgers a win here. And Randy Jackson, yo dog, will pinch hit. Randy, 1 for 7. Does not have a overall, does not have a pinch hit. But he does have 2 RBI. That is to over Boyer. Now he's got a pinch hit. Furillo will score. Jackson digging for 2. The throw to Shane Deanston. Randy's in there. So now Jones has given up 4 runs. Hasn't retired a batter. Oh dear. Now what do I do? Suggestions? It's a doubleheader tomorrow, so you can't use Vinegar Bend or Harvey Haddix. Everyone else is on short rest. The last one to pitch would be Ben Flowers, who really can't go. He's going Monday. Oh, my word. So, Maybe eventually I do it. Like a Joe Frazier or Alex Grammas. Jones will be batting to lead off the next inning. Yeah, I think Willard Schmidt. He started yesterday's game. But you're probably right. Gilliam is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and scored twice. 11-4 Dodgers. Gilliam, we might have an out here. Boyer has it. And he'll go to first. You're already down 18,000 runs. And Gilliam's going to reach. Are you kidding me? Or is that an out? Run scores. Walker will score to make it 12-4. And finally, there's an out. Pee Wee Reese is 1 for 4. He has singled, scored, and struck out twice. 12-4 Dodgers. 1 out, top the 7th. Pee Wee hits a ground ball past Boyer into left field. Rapolsky has to go get it on this hot day in St. Louis, and Pee Wee's into second with a second double of the year. It's 13-4, and I think that they're going to have to go get him. My word. Well, that is a cluster inside a cluster inside a cluster. Oh. So Schmidt used yesterday's starter. Ow. We'll waste the mound visit. See if that makes a difference. Pee Wee on second. Snyder at the plate. 2 for 3. Single, double, 3 RBI. That's in the right. Musial will make the catch, and Pee Wee retreats. So Jones has gotten 2 out here. Here's Gil Hodges. Gil 2 for 4, a double, a home run. He's now driven in 15 and scored twice. Struck him out. Sometimes you just got to go do the mound. Stretch time 13-4. As is the norm in the era, there were a lot of Sunday doubleheaders, and the Cardinals and Dodgers have 2 on the docket for tomorrow. So we're going to just leave him in there. He's the only fresh pitcher. You've lost the game. They don't have any other arms. And so as Clem Labine starts to loosen and come in, this is going to be Jones that will get another inning here, because you don't have anybody else. Labine 1-1, making his 6th appearance and a 2.79 ERA. 30 years old, a standard pitcher, fastball reportedly at 87. Pitched against the Reds on the 2nd of May. I think we did that game. 10-5 win, 1 inning, 16 pitches, a hit, and a strikeout. Old Clem, 9 2/3. 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a homer. He has walked 2 and struck out 7. Shane Dienst has walked and singled 1 for 2. That is a ground ball down to Robinson in front. It cuts off Pee Wee Reese, throws to Hodges, and Shane Dienst is safe. 8th hit for the Cardinals. Here's Stan Musial. Stan 1 for 3. He has singled, scored, and grounded into a double play. That is in the left. Amorose, who's had himself a day, makes the catch. Shane Deans goes back to first. 13 runs, 16 hits, no errors for Brooklyn. They've left on 6. The Cardinals, as Ken Boyer comes up, 2 for 3, 2 singles and a run scored. 4 runs, 8 hits, and an error, and they've left on 6. Pitch to Boyer. That is into left center. Snyder and Amorose converge, but Boyer has hit this one long and far. It's gone. You want to say a 13-6 lead is safe or 13-4, but you never know. Now it's 13-6. And for Boyer, that was a moonshot. That one nearly left the back of Sportsman's Park. So it's 13-6 now. Not many times do you score 6 runs and get blown out. Here's Wally Moon. Wally's 0 for 3 today. Labine deals, and Wally draws the walk. This is not a pitching clinic. 1 out for Bill Verdon, who is 1 for 2. He has singled and driven in a run. Got him. 2-2 fastball swung on and missed. 2 out for Rapolsky. Rip 1 for 2. He has singled, scored, and walked. And Rapolsky draws the walk. So first and second, 2 out. Somewhere, Keith Law is pulling his hair out because this isn't conventional by-the-book baseball by any stretch. Sarney has a 3-run homer today. That came in the 4th, or an hour and a half ago. 1 for 3. He is now driven in 14 with a run scored. Pitch to Sarney. There is a high ground ball to Pee Wee Reese. He'll go to first. Hodges is there, and that will retire the side. So Jones comes back out to become a sacrificial lamb for a second inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, and no errors on the monster shot from Ken Boyer. After 7, Brooklyn 13, St. Louis 6. So Robinson, Amorose, and Ferrillo to face Gordon Jones, who, if he can kind of get through this inning, will find himself with a pitcher full of Budweiser at his disposal. Pitch to Robinson, 2 for 4. That's in the center. Verdon, 1 out. I don't know if it's a placebo effect in this game, whether you make a mound visit and things get better or not, but that's what we did. Law of averages will catch up with you eventually. Sandy Amorose has 2 triples today. He is 2 for 4 with 3 RBI. Jones deals. Amorose hits a ground ball to Shane Deans, over to Moon, and Amorose is retired. Jones is in the position where he's going to have to bat. They do not have anybody else. Ferrillo, 1 for 3. He has a double, an RBI, a walk, a strikeout, and a run scored. There is a line drive foul, third base side. The joys of as played. That is into right center. Verdon will pick it up. Verdon has to play it off the wall, and Ferrillo was his 5th double of the year and 2nd today. The Dodgers have played pinball here at Sportsman's Park. Here is Rube Walker. Rube is 2 for 4. He has singled twice and driven in a run. That is a ground ball right side. Musial will pick it up. Ferrillo. Musial's going to throw home, and Ferrillo slides under the tag, and it's now 14-6. For Labine has reached base. He has an OPS of 1,000. How do you do that? Well, you get hit by a pitch. That happened April 25th against the Giants. Walker on first. 14-6 Dodgers. Stays in the game. That's in the right field. Musial will track it down. And that'll do. 1 run for the Dodgers on 2 hits. They have 18 in this game. You'd have thought that the Dodgers would have been the one with the pitching problems. Oh no, it's 14-6. So Gordo Jones will bat. He's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and scored once. And he is taking one for the team this afternoon. That is to Gilliam, who makes a diving stop behind the bag, throws to first for the out. You know, we're in the full era here of wool uniforms. And while it is only the 5th of May here in St. Louis, it is 87 degrees. And so on a day where you're hot outside way too long and now your uniform has gained 5 pounds and smells like, well, let's not get into that. Don Blasingame is 0 for 3 with a walk. Labine deals. And that is another ground ball to Gilliam. Second verse, not as pretty as the first, but there are 2 out. 2 out for Shane Deans. Red, 2 for 3. He has singled twice, scored once, and walked. People are going to look at the time of this stream and see it's over 1 hour and 10 and think we had a classic. We didn't have a classic. Shane Deans cues it foul, third base side. Someone from Independence is there to make the catch. That is into right center, and that will drop in front of Ferrillo, and Shane Deans is on with a single. So we've had 28 hits in this one. Shane Deans is 3 for 4 today. So here's Musial. Stan has singled and scored. He's 1 for 4. Clem just kind of lobbing it out there right now. Musial, that's back up the box. Throw to first from the mound, and that will do. We have played 8. No runs, a hit, no errors. Cardinals have left on 9. Brooklyn 14. St. Louis 6. Jones is about as strong. Well, he's not. It'll be Gilliam, Reese, and Snyder. Gordo has allowed 9 hits through 2 innings. Ground ball to Wally Moon. Nope, that's over Moon, and that's over the Moon, and Gilliam is on with an extra base hit. Musial's just kind of tired of running on this hot day. Gilliam, is he going to go for third? He is. The throw to Boyer, and Junior has his second triple. So the Dodgers have hit 3 triples today. Here is Pee Wee Reese. Are they calling him fat? It's a Dave Gardner classic. A crappy game that doesn't end. Yep. He's thrown enough fat pitches, whether it's FAT or PHAT. Here's Pee Wee Reese, 2 for 5 today. He has singled, doubled, driven in a run, and scored. He has struck out twice. Sarney, who's wearing about 90 pounds of gear, is about done. That is a base hit. Are you kidding me? So Gilliam has 3 hits today. What? Gilliam scores. Even the game can't keep track of it all. So Pee Wee has a hit. He is 3 for 6 today, and it's now 15-6. Snyder, Jones deal. Snyder 2 for 4. That is a line drive to Wally Moon. Reese gets back to the bag. 1 out. We were hopeful. Here's Gil Hodges. Gil 2 for 5. He has doubled, homered, driven in 2, and scored twice. Jones struck him out. A 1-2 fastball got him looking. Hodges, despite having 2 big hits, has struck out 4 times today. And the 8 people who are still watching this contest at Sportsman Park give up a Bronx cheer. Here's Jackie Robinson, 2 for 5 today. Has singled twice, scored 3 times, and stolen a base. Gordo, oh, I thought that was Guapo. Rich Garces, El Guapo, Spanish for fat. Pitch to Jackie. There's a ground ball to Boyer. Where is he going to go with it? He's going to go to first. The throw to Moon. Robinson beat it out. Of course he did. That's an infield hit. So Jones is allowed 12 hits in 2 2/3. Amorose is triple twice. He's 2 for 5, driven in 3. And that is rip past Shane Dienst. Reese will score. Robinson will round third. Shane Dienst has it. And Amorose, who's going to be your digital dice MVP when this is over, is driven in his 4th run. I've had enough. So Willard Scott will come into pitch. Schmidt only threw 127 yesterday. 28 years old and an 11-5 loss. He went 6 innings, 127 pitches, 6 hits, 5 runs all earned, 2 homers. He walked 6 and struck out 4. Schmidt, a fastball pitcher at 86, maybe, 12 1/3, 14 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 3 homers. He's walked 12 and struck out 8. Robinson on third, Amorose on first. Ferrillo 2 for 4. He's doubled twice at the plate. Is it possible for pitchers to be more than minus in this game? In the 1,000 or so games that we've played this online live, this might be one of the worst pitching performances as a team I've ever seen. Pitch to Ferrillo. There's a base hit in the right center. That's extra bases. Musial should have had that. Robinson scores. Amorose scores. It's 18-6. In the words of Skip Carey, as long as you go visit the sponsors, you can change the channel. Rube Walker is 3 for 5 today with 2 RBI and a run scored. The Dodgers have channeled their team from 1953 with this one. 5 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fifth, 6 in the seventh, 1 in the eighth, and 4 here in the ninth. Walker. That is a ground ball to Wally Moon, and that will do. 4 runs on 5 hits and no errors. Bottom of the ninth, Cardinals trail 18-6. So Boyer, Moon, and Verdon. That would be an interesting rule change, wouldn't it? The further behind you are, the more fielders you get. So the Cardinals need 12 to tie and 13 to win. Moon and Verdon to follow. Boyer 3 for 4 today. Has homered, single twice, driven in 2, and scored 2. Labine deals. And that is a base hit in the left. Amorose will pick it up. At an hour and 17, we may be headed for the longest 9-inning stream I've ever done. And I haven't even yelled at anybody. Combined in this game, we've had 24 runs, 34 hits, and an error. Wally Moon is 0 for 3 today with a walk. Labine deals. And that is, I don't know what that is. Ferrillo coming in, rides a Schwinn, makes the catch. Snyder was all the way in the infield. So Ferrillo makes a sliding catch, 1 out. Oh, they collided. So it was a fly ball, shallow right field. Snyder and Ferrillo, they collide. Oh, goodness gracious. Snyder is okay, and Ferrillo hangs on for the out. When it rains, it pours. If you're a Cardinal fan, here's Bill Verdon. Bill 1 for 3 with an RBI. Labine deals, and that is into left field. Amorose unbuttoning his jersey, 2 out. Breaking records all the way around, my word. So 2 out, last chance saloon here for the Cardinals. I'm not getting a good feeling about this for St. Louis, are you? Here's Rip Rapolsky. The Rip is 1 for 2. He has walked twice and scored once. Labine deals. And there's a base hit into right field. We're not done yet. Boyer will run to third. Ferrillo has a good arm, but Boyer is in there safely as Gilliam cut it off. for Bill Sarney, who has a 3-run homer in this one. That came in the 4th. He is 1 for 4. Tony, guapo means handsome in Spanish. Oh, thank you. It's interesting because we have a taco restaurant in town called Taco Gordo. It's a good place. Expensive, but they're good. I didn't feel fat afterwards. So Boyer on third, Rapolsky on first, 2 out. Bottom of the 9th, 18-6, Brooklyn. Walker and Labine want to get out of here. Clem deals. Sarney, and the game continues on the base hit. Boyer will score. Rapolsky goes into third. And we're going to pretend that St. Louis can't get 11 runs with 1 out. And so we'll have a pinch hitter. And it will be Hank Sauer. Sauer has a pinch hit home run. In fact, he's hitting .615 overall with a homer and 7 RBI. I'll take a whiskey sour after this. The pitch. And Sauer walks. And you get a base runner, and you get a base runner, and you get a base runner. For Don Blassingame, who was 0 for 4 today with a walk. It's a good thing we don't do a full recap after the game. I'll be here till 2 o'clock. Pitch to Blassingame is a ground ball to first. Hodges take it. And finally, this one is over. So 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors for the Cardinals in the 9th. The final score here in St. Louis, Brooklyn 18, St. Louis 7. 3 hours and 20 fake minutes to play this one. Brooklyn goes to 12 and 4, 18 runs on 23 hits, and no errors. They leave on 8. St. Louis goes to 7 and 7, and I think they're going to drink a few in the dugout or the clubhouse. 7 runs, 13 hits, an error, and they left on 12. Polhosky had plus stuff. Oh, my word. No, there's no DH tomorrow. Yeah, there'll be a DH tomorrow for them to play. We won't. I forget what we're doing for our next game. Inning in the third, and that craptastic start. 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned, a home run. And he struck out 2 on 39 pitches. He had a pitch count of 135. Larry Jackson, 4 2/3, a hit, a run, it was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 6. Then Gordo Jones. I can see DeMarco twitching from here. 2 2/3. Talking about taking one for the team. 13 hits, 11 runs, all earned, and 2 strikeouts. For the Brooklyn Dodgers, remember, Roger Craig couldn't make his start, so some kid by the name of Koufax gets the win. 5 innings, his first win of the year. 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. The home run to Sarney. He walked 3 and struck out 1. Don Drysdale gets the hold. He went an inning and allowed a walk. And Clem Labine, the 3-inning save, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. A home run to Boyer. He walked 3 and struck out 1. The Cardinals' ERA balloons to 6.06. The rest of the Saturday, May 5th in baseball. The Redlegs beat the Pirates 11-9. Jeffcoat 1-1. Law goes to 0-3. Dale Long hits his 5th, goes 3 for 5, and drives in 4. Detroit 16-6 over Boston. Heft 2-0. Ike DeLock 0-1. Al Kaline 3 for 4 and 2 doubles. Cleveland 3-0 over Baltimore. Don Mossy, Dumbo, goes to 1-0. Bassana 0-2, and Ray Narleski picks up a save. Washington keeps winning. They beat Chicago 6-3. Chuck Stobbs 2-1. Fornellis is 0-2. Olsen 2 for 3. hits his second home run and drives in 2. Gus Bell, by the way, had a grand slam in that win over Pittsburgh. The Tigers pounded out 19 hits. Kansas City walks 10. The Yankees pound the Athletics 6-1 in New York. McDermott 1-1. Kretlow falls to 0-2, and Billy Martin 2 for 4 with a double. When we see you again, presumably on Friday, for what would be my sister's birthday minus 24, we go to the big old ballpark in the Bronx. It is Herb Score and Don Larson. Indians and Yankees when we're together next. All right, my goodness, and thanks for the super chat, Dave. Yeah, the Nats are over 500. Oh, my goodness, yeah. Yeah, they're going to be swinging at the first pitch at, yeah, doubleheader. There are, in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doublehead, 6 doubleheaders tomorrow for Mother's Day, Ladies' Day. So it would have been, the Giants, they're not even playing in Brooklyn. Brooklyn's lucky. They're off. They don't play. So the Cardinals and Giants would have a doubleheader. Haddix versus Little. Oh, my goodness. So the Giants are coming into town fresh, and the Cardinals are coming off a doubleheader where they just got the snot kicked right out of them. Ha, ha, ha. All right. So when we're with you again, it will be the Tribe and the Yankees. Herb Score and Don Larson. Have yourself a great day, everybody. So long.